Hi all, it's Justin. This week on Deprogrammed, we were talking about Jay-Z and the topic of features came up. So that got us to thinking about who has featured on a track that made you then go on to follow their career. So here's the conversation that sprung from that.
I think so one of them, I'm a huge fan of posse cuts of and actually there's on Hard Knock Life, that song Reservoir Dogs has like 90 people on it. It's like I love songs like that because a lot of times if I don't everyone just raps, there's no hook, so a lot of times you'll just hear someone and go like, man, who's that? Then you can kind of go back and check out their discography and stuff. There's a posse cut that LL Cool J did back in '98. Where he had like Redman, Method Man, DMX, like everybody on there. He was 4321.
Cannabis was on there.
Cannabis was on there, exactly that.
Yeah.
So I didn't know who Cannabis was at the time, and I just heard that song, and I remember seeing the video, and he was like dressed up as a mummy or something, but he just smoked that verse, and I really got into him after that. That's one of the big. The big ones where I really got into someone from a feature. I have a few others, but that was certainly the biggest one, I think.
What about you, Ronald? Anybody feature on a song and you just kind of got into them?
So, like in about 2003, 2004, I was at this. It's two parts to this. I was at a Warped Tour, and I saw like the hip hop stage, and on the hip hop stage, the band, the group that was playing was actually a group called Atmosphere.
Oh yeah.
Like rhymer and a DJ, and so I got into him pretty hard, and I started listening to a lot of his stuff. And he did in like 2001. He did a feature with LP, from Run the Jewels, and that put me on the LP stuff like 2004, 2005, and so naturally, like when LP and Killer Mike got together, like 2012, 2013-ish. Like, oh, dude, that's the road that got me into Run the Jewels right there. All because of a chance encounter. I was walking around the Virginia Beach in Virginia Beach Amphitheater, and Atmosphere was playing on like the hip hop stage at a Warped Tour.
There you have it. Features that showed up on a song and then he ended up getting into them. If you'd like to hear the rest of that conversation, it's on After the Fact, which is on the Patreon, patreon.com/ohhijustin. $1 a month gets you in the door. Or if you'd like to hear our conversation on Jay-Z, that comes out on Thursdays on all podcast platforms. Subscribe, rate, comment. Thank you very much.